Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. We are getting a well drilled today. We are just getting started this morning. You never know what's going to happen with a well. They're so unpredictable, and so wells around here are around 500 feet, but great water flow, great gallons per minute. So we hope that it's a smooth process today, and we're excited to bring you along.
So I'm Scott Potter. I'm the well inspector for the Department of Water Resources in the state of Idaho. What you're seeing right now is the beginning of the process where he's going to set the surface seal on the well. The surface seal is what protects contamination from the surface from wicking down the well, kind of like a drinking straw. The last thing you want is for the groundwater at the well to be contaminated from anything on the surface getting down, but you also don't want to contaminate groundwater in the ground from the well out to other wells or other places. So they drill a 10-inch hole in the ground to 38 feet, and after they've drilled that 10-inch hole down, sometimes they have to put a casing to keep it open. He has one for the first 20 feet, and then they put the 6-inch pipe. In this case, he's getting down into rock. So he'll put in the actual well pipe, the 6-inch pipe that ends up looking as the casing coming out of the ground of your finished well. They'll drop that in the ground, and then they pour bentonite, sodium bentonite crumbles down in between the well pipe and that casing, and then they'll pull the casing out of the ground, and it releases the bentonite into the ground. And then water, while he's drilling, will get in there and it'll swell that up, and it'll create kind of a plug of the bentonite. Sodium bentonite's kind of special properties of plugging against the water. They use it on the bottom of ponds, and they use it to abandon wells. They use it for the sealing of wells. So once that 38-foot seal's done, then the pipe's in the ground, and he's ready to switch the bit that he uses to a rock hammer bit, and he'll just do an open hole through the rock for the rest of the way until he encounters water in the crack.
How many feet are we at right now?
He's at 38 feet in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's got 2 feet sticking out of where the casing is, going to come out of the ground. And then he's got a temporary pipe kind of holding the hole open at the top so dirt doesn't crumble in.
Okay.
And he's in rock.
Okay.
So you're already, from this point on, your well will become an open hole drill. Kind of like a concrete core. You know, it'll actually be a nice round hole going down through the rock.
Okay.
And then the water that you get in this well will come through fractures in the rock. So it's not like there's a table of water that's down there. There's water coming through various fractures in the ground, and that water creeps into the well.
Okay.
And so you may have water at different places that's coming into the well, and then it all adds up. When you get to as much water as you want or need, then that's what it is.
You imagine a pool of water down there at the bottom, and that's just like endless, but it's not.
No, not here. I mean, there are places like the Rathman Prairie Aquifer where there is water more like a pool in gravel.
Okay.
Fine. But here you're in granite or shale. I think it's granite here.
Granite.
And water is in cracks and fissures in the granite, and it's seeping in from below, from above, from different places.
Okay.
And so, yeah, the water that you get from this well has been kind of working its way through cracks in the granite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
When they are drilling, they're putting air and water down to their drill bit, and so some of this water is water from the ground itself, and then some of it is coming from the process of drilling. Just got off work here for a couple hours to come home and check, and I just missed the action. Got the well drillers are on site. They've been here since this morning, and I just got a text from Chris, the main driller there, and they went down 220 feet so far, and they're at 1.5 gallons a minute. So we do have water. We are going to continue to drill tomorrow. The expectation for the well compared to my sister-in-law's well is about 480 feet, and at that depth she gets a lot of water and very good water. So we'll see.
took to change that rod out, that's what accumulates at the bottom of the well. It just starts flowing down.
Okay.
Fills in to the bottom. Generally, it takes about, depending on how fast you are changing them, it takes about a minute to 2 minutes.
So now
Now I'm just blowing air.
Back down.
When I lift it off after drilling, all that air pressure blows all the cuttings and water up out of the hole. When it gets to the top of the stroke, come back down and shut the air off. Then the water has a chance of flowing in. It has a chance to start filling in.
Yeah.
And then by the time I switch rods, put another one on, turn the air back on, that's when it's filled in. So then turn the air on, stabilizes the flow, pressure, and water starts flowing out.
So in a minute we'll see some water flowing out
Now it's flowing
from
out.
the water. Yeah.
Whatever accumulated is coming out now.
Okay. So you can't tell right now whether there was a lot of water coming in or anything like that.
Not very much more than yesterday.
Okay.
There is some more. Probably about 3 gallons a minute.
Okay.
We can measure it and check it.
Yeah.
Generally, we'll time it with a bucket.
Yeah.
How much water are you looking for?
I'd say if we got 10, we'd be happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're about, I'd say it's about 3 right now.
Okay. Yeah, 10 with the storage of the well. I don't know, any idea where the static is
Very
yet?
high.
It's very
It was
static.
plumb full this morning.
Oh, it was.
So after drilling for the day, we lift the rod up 20 feet, wrench it, set a wrench in.
Yeah.
And then when we start up, I take that rod all the way back to the bottom and put a new rod on, and then we turn the air on. Well, when I put that rod down the bottom, water started flowing out the top.
Displacing that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, because that gives me lots of storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
much.
So I think that's kind of what we're looking for. So, yeah. Awesome.
Sounds good.
So soft means like decomposed granite?
Yeah. Very broken.
Okay. We're about 360 feet and we just hit some fractured rock. This is what just came out of that last stick that came out. So fractures in the granite down there could mean water in those fractures. So a little bit different than hard rock. So we'll see if we get some action here shortly. No gold, but it'd be cool if there was. Okay, so here's the difference in when they're in hard rock, not the fractured granite. So this is stuff that they've had to basically drill through hard rock, and so it just turns into like a sandy silt there. So quite a bit different layer there that they hit with the fractured rock. So kind of cool. thing to read 30.
Yep.
Yeah.
45 is 6.7.
6.7. So doing pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Few more and it'll be at 10.
There we go.
Same as last time.
Yeah. No change.
We're not catching all the mist that's spraying out, but I know it's about 7.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was 400 feet, no change in the water flow there, right at about 6.5 gallons a minute, maybe 7. So we're gonna go down a couple more sticks and try it some more. So good, but trying to hit that 10 mark. We're here doing it, might as well do it. So hard decisions sometimes. $440, and this will make $460.
This would make it 460.
Yeah.
Unless we quit here. Unless you got 10 gallons a minute here.
Yeah.
I know from 400 to 420 it did gain some.
Yeah.
Probably about a gallon a minute.
I can tell this is better, huh? So that last test there was 440 feet, and we were about 7.5 to 8 gallons a minute. So we've been gaining a little bit with each 20-foot stick to told them to keep going. It's a functional well. It'd be plenty for a household. No problem there. It's just the data off of my sister-in-law's well show she went down about 480 and she was 20 to 25 gallons a minute. So I just kind of have this feeling that with that data, I might as well keep going. If there's no change in the next 20 feet, then we'll have to, make a new determination. So anyway, not nervous yet, happy. This is a great day. Each 20-foot stick is about $1,100. But percentage of the whole drill, each stick is, it's not that much percentage wise because it's expensive. So, and I'll go over that with you too. Test. I don't know if it was significantly more or the same, but check with the wife, but I'm guessing we're going to be fine with both these things. So, sounds good. This is 480 right now, right? Well, 480 feet. We let it run for quite a while. We were about 5.5 gallons a minute. So Beth's here. We made the call. They're putting 2 more sticks over there. So
yeah, it's Beth. It's on Beth.
Yeah, Beth said she's the one that made the call. Spend the money, go down deeper.
The bus.
Yeah. So anyway, 2 more sticks. See if we get some more. Last stick going down. Okay, so final number on that well was 520 feet and 7.5 gallons a minute. And the reason why we kept on digging, I'll show you this. So this is my sister-in-law's well, and she got 20 gallons a minute, but really they said when they drilled it, it was more like 25 gallons a minute. And she hit a good pocket there at 460 to 466, and then the final depth was 486. And so we were hoping to hit that same pocket of water, the decomposed granite, but we just continued in on solid granite. And around 350 feet in our well, there was a pocket of water in there. And then he says that might actually have some water storage in that area. Also wanted to show, this is the bid from Minden Well Service, well drilling, from Chris there. And so his estimate was $32,235, and that was for a 480 foot well. And so this is kind of the cost breakdown. The first 40 feet was in casing. That's kind of by county code or state code. And then the rest of it would be in PVC liner. The PVC liner is coming tomorrow. His price just for the drilling is $44 a foot. The steel casing is $40 a foot. So that's for 40 feet. And then the PVC liner, $14 a foot. So basically that extra stick, which is 20 feet, is 44 plus 14, so $58 a foot. And I did a little math back here. So that's $11.60 per stick or per 20 feet. So each time we added one on, it was $1,160. So we actually went two past that. So we'll add that to our total for the well part of it. Now, my sister-in-law did agree to do a shared well, and so we put quite a bit of effort into designing and for a shared well off of Dina's well. And then we finally got a quote, and you can just see the numbers adding up. Pump truck labor, shop labor, a 300-gallon reservoir. There would be two pumps, one for her well and one for the reservoir. And the costs just keep coming, adding up. And actually there was another page in there. After 4 pages of costs, the estimate for a shared water system was $43,747. So that's the reason why we didn't go with a shared water system. I think there was a way to cut some costs off that estimate, but that was with us doing the dirt work. So us doing the trench work, us preparing the pad for the water tank, and us running electricity up to the site, which is about over 350 feet of conduit, PVC, and the wire. So after that, that's when we decided to abandon that and drill our own well. The costs aren't over for this well, so we have a well, now we got to put a pump into it. And so we'll have one of those variable speed pumps installed in it. There's a better technical term for that, of that type of pump. And the pressure tank will also go inside the well. It sounds like our standing water, we don't have that figured yet, but it's high. When they came this morning, the well was full of water. And so we'll have around 500 feet of static water or water storage, and it's about 1.5 gallons per feet. So I'll have about 750 gallons of water storage just in the well itself. So I don't know, it's a success. We were hoping for 10 gallons a minute, but 7.5 is pretty good. Can't complain about that. And if the taste is anything like Dina's, well, it's delicious water. So that'll be the final thing. So the last step in the well drilling here is to put that PVC liner in, and that goes from about, I think about 38 feet down to the 520. They go together pretty easily. There's a nice little ring there that clamps them together. Also, you're able to undo those, so if that casing ever had to need to be pulled, you can do that pretty easily just by pulling the whole pipe up. So, and then at the bottom two sections, they drilled some holes. That's just for the water to come into the pipe. No reason for those fittings to be watertight, because it's not preventing any of that stuff. So anyway, pretty easily, they go pretty fast, that looks like. Okay, so the last thing that Chris did was weld a tag with the well number on there for the permit, and then installed this cap that comes off. And so he's all done. They've cleaned up real nice here. Well, I want to thank Chris and Josiah and Minden Water Wells. They did a fantastic job, just professional the whole time, and I highly recommend them to drill your well if you're in the local area here. Up next on the agenda is I've been saying it, but I am going to work on that shed, the sawmill shed part of it, and get that board and bat up, get some shelving up so I can move all the stuff out there and organize it and get it clean. We also need to prep for the pump. Need to do a little dirt work with that and get power over to the well. So that's another project we got going on. And eventually start milling. I got tons of milling to do, and we'll get to that eventually. But all these little things have to come first, and they're getting checked off the list. Now we have power, gas, and water at the build site. Those are pretty major things. I already have septic approval, so we know where that's going and it's approved. We have a plan for that. So utilities coming into line here. So I hope everyone has a great day. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you with the next video. Thank you.